Okay, before we talk about and tackle the biggest no story news in NBA history, and I'm going to explain to you why it's a no story. First and foremost, I mentioned this years ago on my channel. I'm Chris Down One. I'm going to try to find that video. I'm going to put it in the comment section. I also mentioned it on this very channel last year, and the reason why I mentioned it because of the factors in play. LeBron James has a relationship with Steph Curry. The Golden State Warriors have a relationship with LeBron James people. They mutually know each other. They mutually respect one another. This could actually happen, but LeBron James isn't going to pull the trigger because that's just not, him. He doesn't want to be traded because I guarantee secretly and privately, he's going to have this hanging on his resume. I have never been traded to a team before. I have never asked to be traded. Okay. So, this is another one of those accolades that the LeBron James faithful are going to say when his career is over with. Now, is there a scenario when he exercised an out in his contract with the Lakers and he just go to the Golden State Warriors? That may be a possibility, but I already talked about this, but the talking heads at First Take and Undisputed and all these talking head talk shows are talking about it. Keyshawn Johnson is really feeling himself because, he feels like he knows a little bit more than everybody else, just like what Shannon Sharp did on Undisputed a couple of seasons ago when he used to work for Fox Sports 1. Oh, me and LeBron, we have the same circle of friends and this, that, and the third. Marona Shelbourne, she first broke this story, and if it's coming from her, she has a huge relationship with Jeanie Buss, so that's basically Jeanie Buss telling her about this, yada yada yada. I'm just telling you, this is just, these people blow smoke up your where. Okay, so from what I'm gathering, what Keyshawn and many other talking heads are saying is this could happen, and it wouldn't be difficult to happen because all you have to do is either trade Chris Paul's expiring contract to the Los Angeles Lakers. Good luck trying to get the Buss family, Jeanie Buss and Rob Pelinka to take an expiring contract of Chris Paul, or you can trade Klay Thompson, because Klay Thompson ain't what Klay Thompson was. Remember the stories that everyone was posting weeks ago on how Klay Thompson is just not the same player, and don't be shocked when the trade deadline comes, the Golden State Warriors will exercise or entertain an option of Klay Thompson being traded away from the Golden State Warriors before the Golden State Warriors got on that winning streak, and now those stories are no more because Klay Thompson is actually good, and they decided to keep Klay Thompson, and he's in the plans. Kuminga will be a part of this deal. Let me see. Kuminga will be part of this deal. Obviously, the Golden State Warriors want to give up a lot of draft picks, okay? And the Lakers would get most of their draft picks back from the colossal. I mean, I don't care what people say. The Lakers gave up way too much for Anthony Davis, considering what you're going to get from Anthony Davis. Plus, Anthony Davis didn't want to be with the New Orleans Pelicans anyway. And if you just would have just waited it out, you probably would have gotten Anthony Davis, and you could have salvaged most of those draft picks. Okay. But, they wanted to hurry up and get this deal done because they wanted to make LeBron James happy. Okay, similar to what the Knicks did with Carmelo Anthony. They gave up so much for Carmelo Anthony, and when Carmelo Anthony when Carmelo Anthony, he wanted to go to New York Knicks, the Denver Nuggets knew Carmelo Anthony wanted to go to the Knicks. So the Denver Nuggets fleeced the Knicks. They gave up all their talent. If they would have just waited, they could have kept that talent plus Carmelo Anthony, and they could have been a real serious contending team, possibly winning a title. Okay? So, but that's neither here nor there. And that's one of those things that, looking back, I guarantee you the Knicks say if they had to do it over again, they would probably do things differently. But you get the gist of what I'm saying. The Golden State Warriors, even though this will be a great basketball trade, this will be a great basketball decision. It makes perfect sense. LeBron with the Golden State Warriors, LeBron, is still a great facilitator. He would literally honestly be doing nothing. I mean, just doing his role and doing his job. If you're able to keep Draymond Green can take care of your defense. LeBron don't have to worry about defense. He can still do what he's doing currently right now with the Lakers, and that's why the Lakers are mediocre and they're not going nowhere. All right. And I told you guys years ago that if you've been noticing, LeBron James either don't care about doing defense no more or unable to do defense. Either or is still bad, okay? And he's basically a walking liability. But since he got James on the back of his jersey, and all you LeBron James faithful are going to make excuses for him, the player that he's matching up with, they're going to score. Because LeBron James is not going to stop them from scoring. He wants to reserve his energy on the offensive side of things. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not even going to get into that. Y'all just do it. Do you. All right? But that's the pieces that the Lakers could ultimately get by getting LeBron James with the Golden State Warriors. Now, are the Lakers will have to give up a lot. They will have to mortgage some of their future. If you would have kept Chris Paul's expiring contract, then you keep that money for the end of the season, and then you can just refinesse that Chris Paul money to get more talent to the dwindling talent that you got with the Golden State Warriors. If you're still going to keep Draymond, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry, you'll have more money to play with if you still keep that old group of guys. All right. The Kuminga thing, I kept, telling people that just give Kuminga time. He will be a solid player for the Golden State Warriors. A lot of people wanted to abandon ship with Kuminga. And if you look at Kuminga now, you're starting to see what I saw years ago with Kuminga. And if they would have just waited on the players that they drafted, Kuminga, the kid that, and I had his name, Poole. If they would have kept Poole, didn't sign Poole to a huge max contract, and I forgot the kid that they traded to the Pistons. If they would have just hold on to those players and let them cultivate and develop. Obviously, they're slow learners, and the reason why they're slow learners is because they had too much talent on the Golden State Warriors. It was never going to be. You was never going to see them to where you see them now, as long as you got Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson, getting all the minutes. Okay, you was never going to see that, that quick, like instant oatmeal. All right, but that's neither here nor there. I already done talked about that. Hey, it is what it is. All right, but now they got enough money to play around with in free agency, and they can get some more talent around the Golden State Warriors. So you're going to give up that perspective. You're also going to give up the perspective of giving up draft picks. And look at Sam Presti and the Oklahoma City Thunder and see what they did with their draft picks. And look at that team right now. That team is contending, okay? That team is contending, and they're back better than ever. Back to the days of Kevin Durant, of Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. Okay, this team is a lot better than that team. All right, and I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, what are you trying to compare this young group to Kevin Durant, James Harden, and I forgot his name, Russell Westbrook?" I was about to say Russell Westbrook. Are you trying to say that this team is better than that team? Yes. This team is better than that team because there's no egos on this team. All right. And if they keep this team long enough and cultivate and just keep adding on this team is going to the Golden State Warriors, the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to be future contenders, just like I said and predicted. The Houston Rockets, look at the Houston Rockets now. They're contending. Okay, they're competing. If you look at the Sacramento Kings, I talked about the Sacramento Kings years ago. You're starting to see the Sacramento Kings be in that contending role. So you see a lot of these younger teams getting better. Okay, yes, they had to suck a couple of seasons, but look at them now. They're solid top to bottom, and they don't have to pay a lot of money for this young talent. Not right now. They can kick that can down later on down the road. All right. But back to the Los Angeles Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. This makes sense for long term. The Golden State Warriors, they got another person that they can advertise to sell tickets as well as contend. This makes sense short term for the Los Angeles Lakers. They will get draft picks. They will get most of their draft picks back that they lost from getting Anthony Davis. And who knows, they can probably kick the can down a little bit later as far as trading Anthony Davis, getting more draft picks, because the Lakers are not going anywhere, folks. Newsflash, they haven't been going anywhere for the past couple of seasons, all right? The Lakers are not going anywhere anytime soon. They're never going to get a championship. I think everything fell in place with the COVID situation, with the NBA canceling mid in the season, that long layover, and then ultimately they made the decision of playing the remaining games, the playoffs, and the NBA Finals in one arena, which was Orlando. It was a perfect storm, a perfect recipe for LeBron to get his last title. And I'm not saying that the bubble championship, because I feel like all championships are the same. It's just, do you remember these championships years from now? I don't think people are going to remember this. The Lakers winning a championship. People are going to, this is just, even in barbershop conversation, someone's going to mention it like 5 or 10 years from now. Go, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay. It's just one of those type of things, but they did win their championship. All right. But short term, yeah, this could help the Lakers. Long term, it won't. But maybe long term if they draft the right players, yeah. But as of right now, it don't. Okay. But this is a non-story, and it's never going to happen. And I said it in the beginning of the video why it didn't happen. And I'm going to say it to you again. LeBron James is not that guy that wants to volunteer spark conversation and have people questioning his career even more. Because there's quietly, secretly, you're starting to notice a trend. A lot of players that played against LeBron James and played with LeBron James, they're starting to chirp. And they're cracking a lot of the folklore and imagery of LeBron James. And they're slowly but surely with all these podcasts, they're telling you that LeBron is not Michael Jordan. His own peers are saying this. Now, you still got the Kendrick Perkins, and you still got the Jason Williams, and you still got, forgot the other guy's name, on First Take, I forgot his name. They're all the same to me. And then you got these guys who try to keep their career by saying how great LeBron James is, like a Keyshawn Johnson. Keyshawn Johnson is trying to hold on to dear life with Fox Sports 1. Would not surprise me none if Keyshawn Johnson is not on Undisputed next year. Okay? Which we'll talk about that a little bit later. All right? But all of these people, these talking heads, they want to hold and cling to LeBron James because they're trying to salvage their career. They're trying to be relevant in sports media and in sports journalism. Okay? Sorry for my voice. I'm cracking up. Sorry about that. But anyway, yeah. This is a no story. I predicted this years ago. Got laughed at. A lot of people saying, there was people telling me that this is not going to happen. LeBron James, he would never stoop that low. The Golden State Warriors need LeBron James more so than LeBron James need the Golden State Warriors. All right. If you look at this, hindsight, now, LeBron James needs the Golden State Warriors. And here's another aspect I forgot to mention, I'm going to mention. His son, Bronny James, isn't the player that everyone said that he was going to be. People were saying before the college basketball season started, instantly a lottery pick, all right? And he has proven game after game that he's just another guy. He's just another guy. He's a jag. Just another guy. Nothing special. Nothing that you can see, if I draft him, he's a slow learner, but ultimately, he's going to get better. He's smaller. That's not going to fit well for Bronny James. I think if he didn't have the last name James, he wouldn't even be drafted in the NBA. So LeBron is trying to find places for his son to go to. And this is a pretty solid draft. I don't care what the experts say. There's talent on this board. And Bronny James is not good enough to leapfrog into the first round of the playoffs. That's what LeBron wants you guys to think how good his son is. He's so good. That's another thing, another cliche he's going to add to his career. The Jameses, we were always first round picks. Okay. Another thing that he can, scratch tip his cap on and could say that's something you could say I got over Jordan. At least my sons got drafted in the NBA in the first round. At least they played in the NBA, But slowly but surely, Bronny James is not the guy y'all championing that he's NBA bound. Personally, another year of college basketball would not hurt Bronny James. But, LeBron James wants to hurry up, get him in the NBA. So that's another feather in his cap. I played alongside my son. Like, we'd never seen that before. Like, the Griffeys. Y'all never saw a father and son play. If you go through sports history, there have always been family members playing in these leagues. Okay? Nothing to see at, nothing new here. It is what it is. But hey, I'm not hating on it. If LeBron James can get it done, he can get it done. All right? But this is a non-story from top to bottom. This was never going to happen because Jeanie Buss is not going to okay no trade like this because this is will hurt her publicity-wise. And then people are going to further say, well, that's the reason why she shouldn't be an owner. Because she's a woman, women act on emotion, and this is why she shouldn't be an owner. And she'll be feeling this from years to come. No matter even if she would have traded LeBron, won a championship, people will still call her foolish. Okay? So how this is going to make Jeanie Buss look good? How this is going to make Rob Pelinka look good? Because Rob Pelinka has been doing a pretty darn good bang-up job, a solid job for the Los Angeles Lakers. Don't get it twisted and confused. The LeBron naysayers are going to say, he didn't give him enough help. He's doing the best he could possibly do. Okay? The man deserves a raise. Okay? LeBron is not going to do this because LeBron, feels, fractured and sensitive to even demand a trade. Jeanie Buss did the right thing and went to social media and said, look, if LeBron wants this done, he would have to say that he wants this done. And LeBron James is not going to, he's thinking about it. He really wants this done secretly, but publicly does not want to deal with all the slings and arrows that people are going, because people are already talking about him taking his talents to South Beach. That did not go well for LeBron James. That was the only time LeBron James was LeBron James. He was never LeBron James before the Heat. And if you look at him, he won one title with Cleveland with that stacked roster, and then they fizzled. He won another title with the Los Angeles Lakers. Stacked title, shortened season. A lot of players didn't want to play in that bubble. LeBron James looked better when he was with the Miami Heat. I don't care what people say. He looked a lot better when he was with the Miami Heat. And, you know, he hasn't looked that way since then, before and after. But let LeBron tell you, oh, I was going to win titles anyway. Even if I didn't take my talents to South Beach, I was still going to be the chosen one. I was still going to become the team. LeBron, you couldn't figure it out when you had when you got drafted to Cleveland. Now he's going to sit up here and tell you that was ownership, you know, not doing the right thing. All right. Hindsight being 50-50, LeBron didn't know how to lead. You know, he wanted to do these off-court antics, like do the handshakes and play music, and everyone having their own intro when they're introduced. You know, LeBron was, you know, star-glazed, but he couldn't. It's much more to being a leader than doing that, to making it seem like it's a frat party on these Halloween parties and things of that nature. That's all LeBron knew before he went to the Heat. When he went to the Heat, it was a huge culture shame, a culture change, and a shock for LeBron James. Oh, we're just the same players? Y'all don't play music, loud music in the locker room? Y'all don't do secret handshakes and everyone having their own intro dance? Whoa, wait a minute. Y'all don't kiss tail over here? Y'all not gonna bow to me like the people in Cleveland did? Oh, I'm gonna have to work? Oh, I'm gonna have to be coached? Oh, this is surprisingly shocking. Yeah, I'm getting the titles. I'm getting the MVP. I'm getting all the, you know, praise that I could possibly be better than Michael Jordan. But it comes at a price. And that's why LeBron didn't want to re-sign with the Heat. Because just like the Lakers, well, just like Cleveland before the Heat, and just like Cleveland after the Heat, LeBron saw the writing on the wall. He would have to take a step back for Pat Riley and that organization of the Heat to reload again, because they knew what it would take if he would have re-signed back to the Heat. They would have to have a couple of failing seasons to rebuild this roster again, because they were not going to sign Dwayne Wade to a contract he didn't deserve at that time. Yes, Dwayne Wade saved a lot of money for Miami by not offering the max. But that's how you got LeBron James. That's how you got Chris Bosh. So you think they're going to max you because of what you did in the past? Or are they going to max you on what you're going to do for them in the future? Food for thought. Chris Bosh was showing signs that, you know, hey, you know, he had health concerns and things of that nature. So if LeBron would have went back to Miami, he would have been maxed out, and he would have to wait a couple of seasons for Pat Riley and that organization to get players around him, and they would have to build through the draft. And the Miami Heat, you know, they do a solid, decent job of drafting. I don't think they would have been in the running to get Jimmy Butler. Maybe, maybe not. It would have been a little bit more difficult than ultimately they got Jimmy Butler. But does Jimmy Butler and LeBron James fit? I don't think so. But yeah, I need to go, because this video is already long than I didn't want this video to be. This is one of those type of things I should have done a live stream on. I apologize, but I just had to get out in front of this non-story of there's a possibility that LeBron James could have went to the Golden State Warriors. Guys, hit the like button, the subscription button, share this with your friends, family, and followers. I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.